Hello, everyone. Today we are finishing the second half of chapter 3 of the Gospel of John. We're beginning at verse 22. Now, the first half of the chapter featured Jesus having a conversation with a man named Nicodemus. And during that conversation, he explicitly states his mission, that he is there to give his life for the salvation of his people. He is not here to bring judgment. He is here to bring salvation. That is Jesus' mission. As we get to verse 22, we're going to see a change in focus. Listen to this. Then Jesus and his disciples left Jerusalem and went into the Judean countryside. Jesus spent some time with them there, baptizing people. So Jesus has moved off into the countryside, and now he's taking up the ministry that John the Baptist is known for. He's baptizing people. Now, meanwhile, John the Baptist and his disciples are still baptizing also. They're in another region, and as it turns out, as you read on, you'll see that there's a certain Jew, or maybe group of Jews, that corner some of John's disciples and start having a debate with them about ceremonial cleansing, which is essentially what baptism is all about. Somewhere in that conversation, they become aware of the fact that Jesus and his disciples are baptizing also. And this makes or brings concern to John's disciples. Here's what happens. So John's disciples came to him and said, "Rabbi, the man you met on the other side of the Jordan River, the one you identified as the Messiah, is also baptizing people, and everybody is going to him instead of coming to us." You hear right away that sense of competition. Oh my goodness, Jesus is doing our thing and he's getting more people. He's going to end up having more followers than us. This is bad for business. That's the sense you get from John's disciples. But listen to how John replies. John replied, "No one can receive anything unless God gives it from heaven. You yourselves know how plainly I told you, I am not the Messiah. I am only here to prepare the way for him." And then a verse later he says, "He must become greater and greater, and I must become less and less." You see, John the Baptist had a mission too, and his mission is to prepare the way of the Lord. The Lord's mission is to bring salvation to us. This is important because we need to realize our place in God's mission to save the world. It is our role to prepare a way for then Jesus to do what Jesus does, and that is save. I think too often when we find ourselves a part of a ministry, we get excited, and we should get excited, but we might sometimes lose focus. And we might somehow start to think that we're the central point of this. But everything we do is supposed to be about bringing people to Jesus so that Jesus can save their souls. Everything we do is about preparing the way of the Lord. And then to let God, by the power of the Holy Spirit, through the salvation that's given to us by Jesus, to heal and restore people. That's the mission. We just get to be a part of preparing the way for people to experience that. I heard on a radio station a DJ reminding all of us that perhaps we should not be praying so much about God blessing the works that we're doing, but maybe we should be paying attention to the works that God is already doing and pray that we can be a part of it. That's what this whole idea of preparing the way for the Lord is all about. We get the privilege of shining the love of Jesus Christ into other people's lives, not for the sake of bringing attention to ourselves, but for the sake always of bringing all of our attention to Jesus Christ. The Holy Spirit is at work, and we get to be a part of that. We just need to remember our place in it. It's always to give direction and to steer people towards the source of their salvation, and that is Jesus Christ. So that's my prayer for us today, that we can prepare the way of the Lord, and in everything that we do, direct people to Jesus Christ, because it's through Him and Him alone that we find salvation and that we find peace, and that we can all be healed by God's love. Have a great day, everyone. If these devotional videos are helpful to you, subscribe to our channel and click the notification button so you know when we post a new video. And of course, please share them with others.